Hi guys, it's me again with Pinchpots Part 2. Alright, so where I left off last time was with this pinch pot. Now I kept it in a plastic bag, and if you work on your pinch pot from the last video and you keep it in a plastic bag overnight or even just a few hours later, you're going to take it out and it's going to be leather hard. So the clay isn't sticky anymore. It's firm to the touch. You can still move it a little bit, but it's going to keep its shape much better than the wet clay did. And this is a much better time to try and straighten out the rim on this. Now let me just say, I don't care if you straighten out the rim or not. I kind of like an irregular rim, like in some of those other pinch pots I showed you. But sometimes people like the work to be more symmetrical. And I want to show you how to do that. So I've got a little piece of newspaper here, and I've got my pinch pot, which is now leather hard or cheese hard, they call it in Britain. And I'm going to even out the rim. So what I'm going to do, I have just an X-Acto knife here with a nice dull blade. You don't need anything fancy. It's going to dull your blade to use an X-Acto knife with clay, but you certainly can. I'm going to pick the low part. Then at first I'm just going to draw a line. So I've picked the low part of the rim. This is the lowest point right here, and that's going to be my point. And so now I'm just going to hold the knife on there and then spin the work and try not to move my hand that's holding the knife at all. And just keep it at the same level and keep going all the way around. And so now you can see I've got a little line on there, and using the knife I can cut that, trim it off, be careful. This clay is maybe a little firmer. No, it's working. Sometimes the clay, even now, it's a little softer in places and duller and more firm in others. Anyways, you get the idea. I can trim off the rim and end up with a much more even rim if that's what you want, okay? And what you want to do is put this in a bag, save all your scraps, and spray them down, dip them in a little water or spray them down with some water, and put them aside in a plastic bag. And then you can get them nice and wet and smash them all together and make other projects out of them. I could also save that scrap, and if I wanted to make this into a creature or something else like that, or I wanted to use it to make a handle, I could still do that. So now I'm just smoothing out the rim a little bit because it's, my cutting it made it have a sharp edge, and if you're going to put this up to your lips, you don't really want a sharp edge. So I'm just using my damp rag again. And now, there we are. It has a much smoother, a more even rim. Okay, there it is. All right, now I left the texture on the outside. You can see all my finger marks. I actually really like that. I think if you're going to make a handmade thing, why not show the hand marks on it? And anyways, now that this is leather hard clay is actually my favorite consistency to work with. So